that sounds better than like a wine.
I
Do you know
don't
what I mean?
think it does.
Oh, okay, no.
Well, maybe.
Let me
It
hold
sounds more refreshing, maybe.
You're making it sound like a Coca-Cola advert. Like you're gonna go.
Wait. I need to do something.
You got it.
Yeah,
It's
ready?
heavy.
Listen, everyone.
What are you doing? Why did you do like an extra breathing?
Because it's really annoying when someone goes, and then they don't do that.
No. Why are you holding your breath after you take a drink? I've never noticed you do that in my life.
No, I don't, because I usually go.
Yeah. So why did you hold your breath?
No, I didn't. I just held off the.
Yeah, no.
bit.
Why though?
Because it's annoying.
What, when people don't go?
Yeah. And you feel like you need to do it for them.
Oh, you would step in and go, are you going to or not? Do you want me to do it for you? You fucking failure. Welcome to the Wandering Womb podcast. We are hoping to, record quite a lot more episodes, and we're really sorry. We've had so much on, haven't we?
Yeah, and we've really missed doing them.
Yeah, we have. And loads of people have been upset with us for sort of suddenly stopping, and we stopped a while back, and it's just one of those things, isn't it, where me and you really love doing these.
Yeah.
But if the thing is, right, it means that we have to have some space in our lives to sit, chill out, and have no sort of aggro going on, and to be able to sit, chill out, have a few drinks together, and just talk.
Yeah.
And life's like. So sometimes we just don't get to do that, do we? There's been so much time in the run up to Christmas and stuff where me and you were so shattered. We were finishing work, eating, drinking, cleaning, falling asleep.
Yeah.
And just coming to bed and going, do you know what? I've fucking had enough of this. Fucking go bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice to get back to doing it though. We've got some really interesting topics to talk through.
Absolutely.
And also, I know how much you've all missed it because you've all been messaging us and asking where the bloody hell the episodes have gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we've had so much happen and so much go on. We've got so much to catch you up on. I think even if we did catch up episodes, they would take forever, I think.
Yeah.
Catch up episode 7.
I'm pretty sure our last episode was a catch up episode, wasn't it?
What, before we fucked off again?
Yeah. We were honestly, we'll do better this time, and then we didn't.
Yeah, people are going to start getting attachment disorder. Not that I believe in attachment disorder, obviously. But yeah, people start getting separation anxiety. They're like, oh, they're back. Oh, they fucked off again. Every time they say they're coming back, they leave.
Oh. Oh god.
Like a horrible ex.
Yeah, we're not horrible.
Okay, like an ex where the sex is great and then they fuck off afterwards and ghost you. Look at her face. She's like, no.
First thing we should probably mention is that we're not drinking Jam Shed at the moment.
No, we're not.
We're sort of cutting out red wine, aren't we?
We're trying. We're trying.
I'm getting sick of it, to be honest. Not
oh
gonna
my
lie.
god, I'm not sick of Jam Shed.
No,
I could drink that right now. If you said go downstairs into the cabinet and go get it, but yeah, okay, sound. Although it would disturb the dogs, so
yeah.
Maybe
So
not.
we're drinking vodka and Fanta. We've got it pre-mixed in a bottle, haven't we, darling?
Yeah, we're still we've just tipped Absolute into a Fanta bottle, a 2-litre Fanta bottle. Because that's how you fucking do it. And as we were saying earlier, the trick to Fanta and vodka is putting in enough Absolute that it works so you can have a drink, but not enough that it overpowers the taste of the Fanta. So you can drink the entire bottle of Fanta and it doesn't taste like vodka, and it's great. Fanta's a really good drink for covering vodka, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's Fanta's such a strong taste that you can get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's so fucking tasty.
Would you like to do the podcast on the original topic then, or do you want to do a bit of an update on sort of why we've been away and just what's gone on?
Oh my god, we've had so much go on.
Yeah.
I can't even remember off the top of my head when we stopped recording. And do you know what? I actually feel so guilty. I didn't even look what the last date was of when we last uploaded one. I feel bad about it.
Let's have a gand.
You're going to have a look on Apple?
Yeah, I am indeed.
Let's have a look then.
20th of November we did
20th of November.
We did an episode on drag.
Because drag is a drag.
Yeah. So that was our
that's so bad. Right, we need to fucking up our game.
Oh my god, that was 2 months ago. I was going to be like, oh, it's only a couple of weeks ago actually.
What, 20th of November? We've had so much go. Let's have a think. So since the 20th of November, we've just like worked our asses off. We should just use this episode as a catch up. We'll just
and then we'll do another one later.
We've like been working solidly, haven't we?
Absolutely.
And then we were trying to like wind down for Christmas.
That didn't happen.
I won't get into that. The least said about that, the better.
Yeah.
And we just had loads of stuff crack off around us and like in our personal lives and stuff, and it was just...
We basically... Christmas was sort of, let's just get Christmas over with, which is not how I usually am. I love Christmas.
No, Jamie's like Elf.
Oh my god.
You know,
Elf's my favourite Christmas movie.
I fucking hate Elf, but that's because I don't like, what's his name? Will
Ferrell. Oh, he's
God.
Brilliant.
Anyway, yeah, no, I don't. Do you know what? We should have done a fucking podcast on that, on the fact that I fucking hate Christmas movies. And you love them, don't you?
Home Alone, Elf, Love Actually.
No, that's even worse.
Polar Express.
That's fucking creepy.
No, it isn't. Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's you. Whenever me and you talk about that, I always say to you, love Nightmare Before Christmas, and you go, it's not a Christmas film, it's a Halloween film.
It is a Halloween film.
This is Halloween.
But I would say that it's an all year round film.
You would.
The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Right, now that I'll
Looney
watch.
Tunes, is it Night Before Christmas, Looney Tunes?
Muppets Christmas Carol is the only Christmas movie pretty much that I'll sit and watch and that I genuinely enjoy all the way through, and every year
Bridget Jones is defo a Christmas movie.
Bridget Jones?
But I'll watch that any time of year. No, it's just one of them things that people like. Some people think that Harry Potter are Christmas movies. I don't.
I think Love Actually is problematic.
I
know, I'm not gonna. I know. Okay, fine. That's fine. Anyway, let's move on.
So we didn't even get to enjoy watching Christmas films really this year, did we?
You didn't.
Eh?
You just said we didn't get to enjoy watching them. I said no, you didn't. I got out of it. But no, yeah, we kind of, you're right. We sort of was like, let's just get Christmas out of the way.
Yeah, because
it's really different for Jamie. That's not it's not how you operate at all.
No, and we'd got a holiday booked to go on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day to Mexico. So I was sort of being like, you know, it doesn't matter that we're having to deal with all this. We're gonna get a rest.
Yeah.
And the fact that we were going away got us through.
Yeah, it did.
Everything that was going on.
Although, do you remember the fear of being put back into lockdown?
Yeah. My god! And then I was ill.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Mate. I had so much shit crack off. I don't know if you'll all remember this now that the fucking drama of it looming over us all over Christmas. But they were threatening, and the media were like whipping up a storm about it. Oh, they're going to put us in lockdown for Christmas, going to put us in lockdown after Christmas, going to put us in lockdown on 23rd, going to put us in lockdown on Boxing Day, going to put us in lockdown on 27th, going to be in lockdown for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It was over and over fucking again, and I was just counting down the days to go on holiday, but then every time I turned the fucking TV on or went on social media, it was like, going to be in lockdown.
Yeah, and then I got really ill with such a bad cold. It was so bad, and like to the point where my worst day was Christmas Day.
Yeah, you opened.
Well, actually, that was and then it got better, and then it got significantly worse.
Yeah, you opened. We did presents, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we were chilling out on the sofa, and you were just so fucking ill and hot and tired that you were just curled up in a dressing gown, and you were like falling, just like you were just basically in and out of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I was just like not well, and we
were supposed to be having a party at our neighbours, like who we really get on with, and so it was supposed to be Christmas night was spent with our neighbours, and having a party that they'd arranged, and Jamie was just too ill to even go, and we were really worried about what it was, so we were like testing relentlessly because we were worried, oh God, what if we give it to people or whatever. It was always negative, but yeah, we didn't go, did we? Because also they ended up ill.
Yeah,
with something else. Something completely different.
Yeah.
So like, we had all these grand plans over Christmas to try and cheer ourselves up. Fucking none of them came off.
No. And then I ended up with this cough when we were going to Mexico. And obviously I kept on testing, and I did private tests that we'd paid for, and we did different NHS tests. We'd got boxes that were still the throat ones and the nose ones, boxes that were just the nose. I tested so many times, always negative, so it definitely wasn't COVID. It was just such a horrible cough, to the point where I was exhausted from being ill, but I'd got this cough that was keeping me up all hours, and I was probably getting an hour or two sleep.
I don't know how you function, like when you're not very well, you don't sleep like hardly at all, and you end up like up all night. I just don't know how you do that. I am just not capable of that. It wouldn't, even if something like that was trying to keep me awake, I think eventually my brain would go, nah, fuck
I
it.
literally didn't have a choice. The sometimes when you don't feel well, and you have like, you know, sometimes you have a sickness bug and you end up managing to fall asleep. Like, I've fallen asleep on like the landing outside of the toilet before, but the cough was relentless. Like, if I lay down, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, I just don't know how you functioned on such I mean, you didn't altogether while you were trying to get over that. I don't think you slept more than 2 or 3 hours at a time for about a fortnight.
Yeah.
And I just, honestly,
it was so bad. And then we found out, because it was just this cough, that we think in the end it was sort of behavioural.
Yeah, so interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because, so yeah, she you know, Jamie got better and better and better, but this cough wouldn't fuck off, and it was like,
I was fine in myself, but the cough.
But like, why wouldn't this cough clear up? And
didn't. And it was oh, it was so
and
bad.
Then I just had like we'd had so many conversations together about what could be causing this cough, where you've not, you know, got a sore throat, you've not got, like, for example, a runny nose, you've not got all these other symptoms, and you've just got this cough. And we were reading up on it on the internet and trying to figure out what on earth could be causing it. And in the end, we did, didn't we? We ended up having these conversations about what if it's a cycle, almost like a psychological / physical cycle, that the more
because
you
I was
cough,
coughing, I was making myself inflamed.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously your body will force a cough reflex because your airways are inflamed or your throat's inflamed or whatever. And the more we sort of talked about that, we thought maybe that is that. So the trick there would have to be to suppress the cough, to let it heal.
Because I tried ibuprofen, didn't I? And then I was using the ibuprofen for.
That did work. Do you remember? Until it made you ill.
So that was sort of working a bit, and then I just basically took too much, and I was on the verge of getting a stomach ulcer. And I just like felt hungry all the time. I was like, I need to stop taking these.
As soon as you said that to me, when you said it feels like hunger pains, I was like, oh shit, you need to stop taking the ibuprofen. That because I got a stomach ulcer years ago through stress, and I'm taking
ibuprofen.
Yeah, I'm taking ibuprofen when I'd had an operation, and I very quickly. It felt like the only way I can describe stomach ulcer pain is like this stabbing hunger pain, and the other way that I remember describing it to a doctor was a feeling of cold in your stomach.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what hunger can feel like, stomach rumbling.
Yeah, and stomach ulcer pain is so strange. It's like a feeling of hunger pain or a cold pain, and as soon as I said it to my doctor was like, that's a stomach ulcer, what have you been like doing? And I like explained it all, and he was like, right, that's it, you're never allowed to take ibuprofen again. But then when you described it to me in exactly that same way, I was fucking straight away, I knew.
So then I couldn't take the ibuprofen anymore. And then I'd had like every kind of cough medicine, every kind of Sudafed, literally everything you can think of. And then we were reading up.
We bought fucking one of everything, haven't we?
Yeah, I had like a whole
Cavonia
chemist.
and all that.
Yeah, all different types of Cavonia as well. And then we found that any medications with a codeine base, what does it change the pathways in your brain?
It blocks messages from the cough reflex.
Yeah.
So like it does other things, obviously, like pain relief or whatever, but it's one of the reasons that in America there became a real issue around. So in parts of America you could get what's known as cough syrup that's got a codeine base in it, like what's the bloody what's the name of the medicine that they use in America? And they mix it in the drinks.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to
They
think.
just call it syrup, don't they?
Yeah, so like when you hear on like, you know, on songs they talk about mixing syrup or scissorp and all that sort of stuff, that what they're talking about is cough syrup being mixed in with alcohol and drinking it as a cocktail, because you get the mixture of the codeine and alcohol and whatever. Anyway, so people get very, very, very addicted to it. So they've started like changing the licenses in the US, but in the UK we already have really strict sort of prescription
around
licenses
codeine,
cocodamol and things like that anyway. But yeah, it's used in cough syrups in other countries because it acts as a cough suppressant.
Yeah.
So it actually stops your body from going through that cyclical like cough reflex to the point where you have a coughing fit and then you cough because you're having a coughing fit and then you cough because you're inflamed. Yeah, so we tried that, didn't we? We read up on it and got some information, and we thought, could that work?
Yeah, and it did.
Yeah,
it wasn't perfect, but it was significantly better, and I got to sleep.
Yeah, do you remember when you slept?
And then I slept, and then because my body had been able to sleep, I got so much better. So yeah, basically, long story short, if you're struggling with a continuous cough, obviously test, but try like taking like one cocodamol.
Yeah, you didn't even take that much, did you? You didn't even take.
I took like one a day.
Yeah, you took cocodamol, which is actually paracetamol.
It's just anything that's got it. It doesn't have to be strong. It's just enough. And then also antihistamine helped a bit as well.
So then we looked up that lots.
People are probably like, "Oh my god, I didn't know I was on like a sick person's."
I know, yeah. Like, what is this
podcast?
What the fuck am I listening
I thought this was feminist.
Yeah. It's feminist for us to share this Google medical knowledge with our followers. So we started looking up, and apparently, again, if you're at the end of a cold and you've got this like sort of repetitive cough, and obviously it's not something else like serious like lung cancer or something,
that's not funny.
I was just saying, don't take Benadryl for lung cancer.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, if somebody thinks it's something serious, they should go to their doctor. But we knew obviously you were just getting over this sort of cold thing that you.
There was a point where I thought I was going to be coughing for the rest of my life.
There was. I'm not surprised. I tell you something now. There was a fucking point where I considered going sleeping in another room. Like, I was, honestly, I don't function without sleep, and I've never in my life struggled so much with somebody else's cough. It was so bad. But anyway, yeah, so we read up that antihistamines
have a similar effect.
Yeah, they do, but in a slightly different way. They dry up anything that could be inflaming the airways or the throat so that coughs stop. And we thought, well, we may as well give it a try. We always take a box of antihistamines around with us anyway, just in case for whatever.
Yeah.
And that helped you and all, didn't it?
Yeah. So that was the period of managing to get over Christmas.
I know, yeah.
And anyway,
and
then we had all the shit that happened in Mexico.
Yeah, and then we got spiked in Mexico, and that was wank, obviously. And took us days to recover from whatever that fucking prick put in our drinks.
Yeah.
We had to move hotels. Like, we moved our hotel and everything to, like... We got to the point, and actually, I still kind of feel the same way, weirdly, so me and you today, we went for a carvery, didn't we?
When we sat back at the table, I was thinking,
oh my God, did you think that?
Yeah, I did.
I thought straight away someone could have put something in our drinks.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh my God, that's trauma.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Because we put our drinks on the table for the carvery, and there was just 2 of us. We went up and got some food, sat back down, and I was looking at my juice. All I had was like a squash. Jamie had lemonade. You had a lemonade?
Yeah.
And we just like sat there, and like straight away my brain was like, could be anything in that.
Yeah.
And like it really fucking messes with you. But like, so after we got spiked in the hotel, we still had several days left of our holiday before we were flying back, and we asked them to fly us back, and they fucking, anyway, long story, they were fucking pricks about it. But they did eventually say that they would support us to move hotel, and they support, you know, they did all that and got us a taxi, and they paid for everything. But anyway, after that,
$10.
well, you know what I mean, they put us in that beautiful hotel and moved us away, and like,
Yeah.
I know that's the least they could have done, but I'm glad they fucking did. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, it made me really like suspicious. You know, like even in the new hotel when they brought us, like when they said it at breakfast, they're like, "Oh, what can I get you?" And I was like, "Oh, can I have an orange juice, please?" Even when they brought it over, I thought, could be fucking anything in that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it fucking changes you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does. I think the thing, if we go back and sort of maybe tell the story of what had happened and like how severe it was. I mean, luckily nothing happened to us, but our reaction was not good at all, was it? Because we'd had sort of a late breakfast, a very big breakfast. You know, it's like on holiday. Well, some people, right, go on holiday and for breakfast they're like, oh, I'll have a few pieces of fruit and I'll have a small bowl of cereal and a yoghurt. I fucking don't. I'm like, hash browns, toast, croissants, muffin, donut,
whatever I can fucking get my hands on. Me, I go up for like 3 courses.
It's amazing.
Breakfast.
Oh,
At the end of the day, if you're gonna lay out a load of food in front of me, I'm eating it. I'm on holiday.
So we'd had like, you know, like a really big breakfast, and I had like 2 coffees and a couple of orange juices. You'd had like 12 orange juices.
I love the orange juice, man.
Oh, it was nice. It was fresh orange
freshly
juice.
squeezed, properly freshly squeezed orange juice is the best thing in the world.
Yeah. So then we'd gone over to the beach and we'd got a Fanta. It was sort of about almost midday by this point, wasn't it? Probably just after midday.
Yeah.
Because we were getting up late because of jet lag, weren't we, for the breakfast?
Yeah.
And then we were sort of sitting by the pool, and then I think we'd gone up and had a couple of drinks. We had a couple of vodka Fantas.
Yep.
And then one of the butlers came over and asked if we wanted any drinks. We were like, yeah, okay then. And we let him get us one. So this was like our 3rd drink or something. And probably within maybe 5, 10... Because we drank it quite slowly, didn't we?
We were sipping at it because we were chatting.
Yeah. And we'd like sort of swimming.
And we'd gone for a swim.
Yeah. And within sort of 20 minutes of starting to drink it, we both realised, well, we both were sort of getting, like, smashed.
Like, stupid, wasted.
Yeah.
Like, stupid.
Yeah, and I remember, like, I remember getting suddenly, like, really hot. But, you don't realise we're on holiday, so I was like, oh, I'm just going to get in the pool. So, like, and I just thought, oh, maybe it's just really warm.
Do you remember as we were getting, like, weirder and weirder on it, I said to you, do you think we should be in the water? And, like, because you were getting...
Oh,
like,
I ended up, like, doing, like, handstands and all sorts.
Yeah, and I was like... And there was a few times where I said to you, I think we should get out, because, like... I said, do you remember when I said to you, like, that I don't think we should be in here if we feel like, if we've drank it. Because the thing is, what happened was, at first, before it really kicked in and
before we
realised
realised...
We thought we just got dead drunk for some reason, like, dead fast. And I kept, I'd said a few times when I was stood in the water, I was like, I think we should get out, I don't think we should be in here. And then we did get out anyway, didn't we? And then we were just suddenly fucking absolutely smashed out my brain.
Yeah, and we were just like, God, how have we got this drunk? Because obviously, like, we were sort of day 4 into our holiday. We'd been drinking...
Day 5. It happened on day 5.
Yeah, we'd been drinking every day, the same amount.
Yeah, and we don't drink a lot. So, like, even in
We've been
solid day, if me and you are around a pool or at a bar chilling out and talking, we might have 3 or 4 drinks all day.
Yeah, but there was
like of
other,
alcoholic,
yeah.
and then we'd have, like they were giving out those free cans of Fanta,
and they weren't big drinks either.
Oh, yeah,
they were like little
cups,
like little all-inclusive
plastic cups that were like reusable to stop people from. They were those reusable ones, so like that's the thing as well, is that not like me and you aren't the type to sort of, in all the holidays me and you have ever had. I actually think that's the first time we've been drunk on holiday, and it wasn't even drunk; it was drugs.
Yeah,
because we'll tell you something now. We never got drunk in Cuba, and I've not been drunk with you in France, and I've not been drunk with you in Portugal. And
we got drunk in Portugal.
Did we? I don't remember being drunk. I remember having a few drinks. We didn't get drunk.
Yeah, no, that's true. But yeah. So we were a bit tipsy. That's what we tend to stay like. Yeah. We don't go past tipsy.
That's because I don't like the feeling.
No,
I do not like that fucking out of control drunk feeling.
No.
I used to drink a lot more when I was much younger. And you know that proper like wavy, everything's moving.
Yeah, no, I hate that.
That's awful. So I avoid that at all costs.
So what had happened was we were in the pool, and then we were like, I think we should get out. I think we need to go. And we were like, God, how have we got this drunk? How have we got this drunk? How have we got this smashed? We were sort of laughing about it. We were very giddy, very, very giddy,
like childish.
And I was like, oh, because all I was thinking about was like a hangover and stuff. I was like, oh God, we need to go and get a load of water and need to try and sober up. So we went to the bar, and I don't remember. This is where my memory's gone.
Yeah, this is where all the blanks start coming in, aren't they? So this is probably 25 to 30 minutes after drinking whatever he gave us.
After we drank it fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so my memory kicked. So I actually have a memory here where we're stood at a bar and we're saying, can we have some water, please? Like we feel really smashed. And he was like, well, what do you want? And I was like, just what? We need water or juice or something. And
did you say that we were laughing and stuff?
Yeah, we were like we were trying to hold on to the bar, like because we were so we couldn't prop ourselves up or anything. And this American woman and her son, an adult son, said something like, weirdly actually, I've just remembered. He said that it had, and she corroborated it, that it had happened to him a few days prior, and he'd only had 1 drink. And his mum was like, yeah, he did, he doesn't drink. And like she said that he'd had 1 drink from that bar, and he was off his fucking twat all day. And he said that, in fact, I don't know. They missed their flight home. He was so ill, they couldn't go home.
Oh my God.
Americans, they were supposed to be flying back up, and they didn't. They've had to wait, and they were getting another flight the next day. So you don't remember any of this, do you?
No, I don't remember what they looked like. Nothing. Did I say anything to them? Did I talk?
Yeah, you spoke to them because you said, "Oh, that's what's just happened to us." Because you said, "Oh, man brought us a drink, and now we're fucking mashed." And the lad, who was probably in his early 20s, maybe late teens, like sort of 19, 20.
I literally have
and he was like, that's what happened to me, and we were like, "Oh."
I literally have no. I can't. Nothing.
I know.
There's absolutely nothing there.
And then I have a memory then of us. I don't remember. There's a big chunk that's missing, and then there's a bit where
we went and grabbed some food. From the buffet.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to sober up, weren't we?
Do you remember us saying, I think we should get food in us because this doesn't feel right? And
yeah,
we were like,
I remember all that bit, and I remember walking up to the.
You don't remember what you ate or anything, though, do you?
When you reminded me, I remembered some of it. So I remember that I got pizza.
You did, yeah. You got like 3 slices of pizza.
Yeah, but I don't remember anything else.
Yeah. And you were proper unsteady because I remember
my vision being really blurred.
I don't remember anything about what I ate, but I remember watching you and thinking that you were going to fall over while you were trying to get pizza. And then I don't remember anything after that. And then I do not remember at all nothing. Going back to the room, don't remember that. I don't remember walking back up to our apartment. I don't remember getting up there, and I don't remember being at the door, and I don't remember anything else. And then
we were so giddy though, like we were laughing so much, and then I remember getting up to the room, like some parts of the walk up to the room, and then
I don't have anything of that.
No, I know you don't. You don't remember at all.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Walking out.
No.
Oh, didn't you say there was something like we were trying to put clothes on before we got into...
before, yeah. And we were like, there was people laughing at us and staring at us because we couldn't put our clothes on. And like, it was just, if you knew us, if you've ever, like, if some of you listening probably do know us, because I know people that know us listen to this, but this is not me and Jamie behaviour, do you know what I mean? Like, at all.
And to be fair, we can manage our drink. We've gone out with my mum for cocktails, and we've had like 7 cocktails each.
Yeah.
And we've like been like, oh, should we go and grab some food and walk home? And we're literally fine.
Yeah.
We're absolutely sound.
Also, though, I think that is because none of us drink to get drunk. So
No.
like, once any of us starts feeling a bit
We're like, oh,
tipsy,
should we have a coffee?
Go, oh, we should stop now.
Yeah, you're like, oh, should we have a juice? So then we will lay in bed in our hotel room. So we both felt unsafe, and we got into our hotel room. I remember starting to feel unsafe as we were walking up into our room, and I remember we got into our room and locked the door behind us and put the bolt across and all of that, and we lay down on the bed, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so dizzy, like I couldn't like even sit, like I couldn't. You were like, oh, close one eye, that'll stop the dizziness. It didn't. And then I think we both passed out.
See, I don't remember
at that point.
Also, like, yeah, no, I've got no memory of any of this. And then I think we were out for several hours, but we don't know how many hours, and we don't know anything. We don't really know what happened. And then when we both came round, we were fucking ill.
No, you were. I wasn't straight away.
Oh yeah, I was ill first, wasn't I?
And then we came around. I was like, right, we need to go and get some food, because I was thinking, right, we're not hungover. We need to go and get some food to prevent a hangover. Because at this point, we still
thought that it was just like a magical, like,
yeah, we just thought that
that happen?
Yeah, we just thought that we must have drank more than we thought.
Yeah,
because we were that smashed at that point. Yeah. That we just thought that we'd had more drinks. And then obviously when we came around and we started piecing it all together, we worked out how many drinks we'd had. Yeah,
but also it was the symptoms.
So
because that didn't match anything like that I've ever felt.
So we woke up and you started getting chest pains, didn't you?
Yeah, so I think I woke up, but I don't actually, I'll be honest with you, Jamie, I actually don't remember a lot of this. I do remember having chest pains in the bed and feeling really like the chest pains really hurt actually, and I remember that, but I don't remember a lot of it. I don't remember if I was lay down or sat up or awake or anything. All I remember is the chest pain. And then what I do remember, because it was so relentless, was the muscle spasms and the tremors.
Yeah.
So the first one that came that was really bad was that one in my abdomen.
Yeah.
Fuck me. It felt like muscles in my stomach wall were like
contracting.
Yeah, and I couldn't stop it. There was nothing I could do. And like it didn't.
It was like thrusting you forward. You were going like that.
Yeah, I know, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening to me? And at first it was all just in my abdomen and my pelvis, and it was like contracting, like as if almost there's a TENS machine on it, and it was like doing that, and I couldn't control it. And then I had it in my shoulder for a little bit, but not for very long. But then the one that pissed me off by far, because it lasted days, was my fucking hand. Oh, it pissed me off.
Kept on tremoring, didn't it?
My
and
fingers kept moving without me knowing, and I had a tremor in one hand. Oh, it fucking pissed me off no end.
Yeah, because then, I forced you out to come and get some food.
Do you remember being sick everywhere first, though?
No, it was afterwards.
See, I don't remember which way these were about.
No, it was because you struggled first. You have a quicker metabolism than me, so I hadn't metabolised it yet.
I remember trying to eat some food when you made me try and eat.
We went,
and I couldn't eat anything because of those spasms in my stomach.
Yeah, and you just felt really ill. So then we came back to the room, and we tried to. It was late by this point. It's probably like 10, 11
bear in
o'clock.
Mind that we think this spiking happened between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. And we were like wide awake watching TikToks on the phone. I was like, oh, we're going to have to try and get some sleep. And we both lay down And then I was like, oh, my stomach is killing me. And you were like, that was what was happening to me earlier.
Oh, yeah, I was in pain.
Yeah.
I had a lot of abdomen pain.
Yeah.
And,
and then I went and threw
you didn't have it
yeah.
yet, did you?
And the thing is, you, like, sometimes people try and throw up when they're drunk, don't they, to make themselves feel better, but usually it don't make you feel better.
No.
Anyway, I was like, just think I'm going to throw up, and you're like, Jamie, don't do it, like, don't force yourself. I was like, I'm not. I think I'm going to do it, and, like, I don't think I'm going to have a choice. And literally, as I got to the toilet, I threw up. Literally that second. Yeah, but then after that, the sort of sickness that I was feeling, and like just, you know, feeling ill that I'd been feeling for the last hour or so, went. So whatever it was, I got it out of my system at that point.
Yeah. See, I don't be sick. Do
yeah.
I?
No.
But
then that's when afterwards I was getting chest pains, and my jaw was stuttering.
Yeah.
The next day was so scary because we were sat, and imagine wherever you're looking right now, imagine right in the middle, horizontal across your line of sight, imagine the lower half of that going blurry as if you are falling, like, really quickly. And I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, I remember it happening.
And it just, for a few seconds, I was like, oh my God, Jess, look at me.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I thought it was horrific, and we had to wait. We were like we were in contact with like the TUI reps, and with the TUI rep didn't come until the next day, like sort of 1:30. And we obviously didn't trust like the hotel staff to help us, because we'd figured out after I'd been sick and everything, and after we were getting the weird chest pains and stuff, and the sweats, and I was getting cold.
Oh, the
temperature changes. We were like, you were just, and I'd thought, I wonder if I've been spiked. But then I think sometimes you're like, no, Jamie, like you're just making excuses for yourself. You've drank too much. And then I thought,
but we haven't.
We haven't though. And then you said, Jamie, do you think we've been spiked? And I remember my face went like so red and my heart was beating, because I knew what you were going to say and I'd already thought it. And I was scared, and I was like, yeah, I think we have.
See, I'm glad I said it to you, because I've been thinking it for hours.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to say it, because I kept like you, I kept thinking, am I overreacting, or like,
can you just not handle your drink?
Wrong?
Yeah.
But then the more the symptoms got fucking just nothing to do with alcohol.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And the fact that we were wide awake.
We didn't sleep.
We were
for
wide
like 48
awake.
hours. It was horrific.
Yeah. We were just absolutely wide awake. We couldn't sleep. We were buzzing. Like, we were exhausted physically.
But, like, mentally couldn't sleep.
Yeah, we were so awake. Like, imagine, like, you've had, like, 12 energy drinks when you're, like, 10 years old. That type of, I'm wide awake. And we couldn't sleep.
Do you remember just sitting and just watching the hours and just watching TikTok and just being like, it'll be morning soon, it'll be morning soon.
Yeah.
Because, like, there was nothing else we could do. It just didn't matter. Nothing worked, did it?
Eventually, we finally managed to get to the TUI rep, and she was like, "Oh, do you want to speak to the doctor?" And we were like, "Well, yeah. Could they do some tests to see?"
Find out what it was.
And she was like, "Oh, they're not going to have the tests." And they were like, "Well, can they get the tests in?" She was like, "No." And then we were like, and then she was like, "Well, we do have a wellbeing TUI representative who can take you to the hospital over in Cancun and to the police station." We're like, "All right." She's like, "Yeah, but he's not in today." We're like, "Right." She's like, "Well, you could make a police report. They are really good for insurance." We're like, "But we don't. It's not about insurance." And she was like, "But the wellbeing rep isn't here anyway." We were like, "Right, okay." And then eventually, the security were like there and like wanted to take a full report, and they were like, "Oh, we're really sorry about this. We can assure you that this has never ever happened here. It's the first time we've ever heard of it." And we'd been on TripAdvisor.
Yeah, because we couldn't fucking sleep.
Yeah, when we couldn't sleep, and it had literally happened a week prior to us getting there, and they responded on there
on the TripAdvisor
review, and I said, "Well, what about the woman last week who got spiked and ended up in Cancun hospital because she had a much more severe
she had
reaction than
seizure,
us.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, we've not seen that." I said, "Well, you've responded to it on TripAdvisor."
Yeah,
and they were
both
like,
just like gawped at Jamie, like, "Does not compute." It was ridiculous. It was like she just like called them out basically. They just stared at her because it was the way that they were like, "We've got no idea what you're talking about," and we were like, "But you replied to the TripAdvisor review."
And it's not the only. There was another one on there as well, at least one more.
It just makes you wonder. One of the things it's really made me wonder is how many people get spiked and think they've just drank too much.
Yeah.
So they never actually consider it any further than that.
Yeah.
Because they think, fucking hell, that drink's hit me hard, you know, God, I think I've had too much, I better go home, or I better stop drinking, fucking hell, or God, I've caned that, or whatever. Like, and then they don't realise that that's not actually what's happened to them at all. You know, or even like, say for example, you've been spiked and you don't even know that there's something wrong. You just think you're absolutely mashed, and then the next day you think, God, I must have drank. I don't remember drinking that much. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder how many people have actually had it happen to them.
The symptoms are quite different, though, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess I just mean, there must be people out there
Absolutely.
who've questioned it but then put it down to over drinking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think though that our symptoms were like so. It you know, like the chest pains and heart rate. Oh my God, do you remember the heart rate issues?
Oh my God, yeah.
I'd forgotten about that until just then.
Yeah, our heart rate was up
Fucking
and down.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Man.
And then just the fact that when has alcohol ever like stopped you from sleeping for nearly 48 hours?
It's the opposite. Alcohol will send you sleep. If you drank too much, sleep like a fucking log.
Yeah, and we were just wide awake.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, so it's maybe like suspicious.
Yeah, and the hardest thing about it,
drinks.
and what I've sort of said and what I've said to you, is that there's no safety advice like that we can give. Because if somebody wants to spike you, they'll find a way to spike you.
Yeah. And if you consider that, you know, you're going to like we were at a 5-star resort, and you've just asked somebody to get you a drink, a butler service that's supposed to be just going to the bar and getting you a drink. How in the fuck are you supposed to know that that's what they've done? And why would you even think they would?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like you've gone somewhere dodgy and you're thinking, oh, better fucking watch me drinking here. It's a bit seedy.
Yeah, and you don't assume that like staff would do it either.
No, you don't, do you?
Like when we tipped him as well.
Yeah.
But however, we tipped him when he brought us the drinks.
Yeah.
Rather than before. But then it might not have been him. It might have been the person who made the drinks.
Drink.
You know, you just don't know. And I'm not gonna.
But it's just hard, isn't it? So we had all of that to contend with, didn't we? And then they moved our hotel, and so like Tui did then agree to move us, and we went to another hotel to have the rest of our holiday. But we were so fucking stressed, all we could do is count down to the flight home.
Yeah.
We were just like, is it time to go home yet? Is it time? Can we go home yet?
Because they wouldn't put us on another flight.
Yeah,
because they said that the only thing they could do was let us sit at the airport until in case a flight came up.
Yeah, which is bullshit. But we'll deal with that with Tui because they're investigating it at the moment. But yeah, so we had all that. So Mexico, we were supposed to be recording podcasts in Mexico.
Yeah.
And we just didn't because of all this shit. And then we got back and have just
We actually were talking about recording a podcast that day before the spiking.
Yeah, we were. And so, got home and like got back into the swing of work. And
you literally started working. So our flight home was at like the equivalent of sort of midnight to here, and then we landed at like 7-8 a.m. and then we got our taxi, and then we got in our taxi, and our taxi broke down, so then we had to wait an hour whilst he was trying to sort his car out and send another taxi, and then we ended up just having to get a black cab home. And then we got home, we saw the dogs, and then we went straight back into work. Well, you did.
Yeah. I can't believe it. We've just spent like all that time updating them. I feel like we've kind of updated them.
I know, it's not even.
Maybe you should just skip over to the next episode and we'll just like we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea?
Absolutely. Let's do
I'm
a
not
cheers.
Cheers into that.
Cheers to starting it again.
Okay.